See it played, the Marshals, Volume 1. This is the Junot 1808 scenario, and it's August 18th, and it is the Anglo-Allied operation. So the Anglo-Allied army is here, consolidated at Vimeiro, and it is both activated and has combated. The British fleet at Peniche is not allowed to move at this point in the turn, so the Anglo-Allied side is going to pass. So the situation from the French side, the garrison at Lisbon still unactivated. The Loison infantry and artillery back here in the east, and Torres Vedras, two decoys and Loison commander still unactivated. So yeah, now I remember the French cavalry had a horrific march there. So I think I'm going to see if we can get farther with the infantry and artillery at this point. So we have Loison infantry. Okay, so no commander here. We know we're going to have to do a command test. And we're going to be limited by the movement allowance of the artillery 4, but moving along the road here, we could at most get 1, 2, 3, 4 down to Lisbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the next day. We could get up to the west side, the west coastal side of the theater. First command test, though. Unfortunately for the French, rolled a 2. We can add 1 if there's we can add the strategic value if there's a subordinate commander present. Okay, subordinate commander, that would be Loison. Okay, we can add 1 if it's all cavalry, and we are adding 1 to 3 because we can trace a line to the overall commander. So it's 3, but unfortunately on a modified result of 3 or 4, it's only half the movement points. So now we're gonna now we at most can only make 2 marches there. Okay, so that was the command test. We moved the first march there along the road. It costs 1 for the route, so we'll put 1 there on the track, and then draw random fatigue marker for that first stretch there, and it's a 0. Okay, so that's good. Then we march 1 more. 2 movement points have been used, and shouldn't matter. Yeah, 1. So that was a very easy march. They easily got 2 road lengths there. They join the cavalry there. They are activated. This is important to point out. We have the infantry and the artillery marching together. Because of the command roll, their movement allowance drops to 2 for the artillery and 4.5. I can't remember what the rounding is. I'm assuming you probably round down, so it's probably 4 for the infantry. So you can, as a stack moves, you can leave units behind and continue to march, but you can't pick up units as you go. So the artillery could stay here, and the infantry could try to march on and reach Lisbon. But I'm making the choice to leave this combined arms force together here. So the cavalry that was already there. All right, so I'm choosing to leave them together there. The Anglo-Allied side is going to pass again here, but I do want to comment that if the French don't manage to block this route, I'm thinking the Anglo-Allied side is going to want to bust through here, break through here, get down south, and force the French to react to this, getting maybe even to Sintra, proximity to Lisbon. If the Anglo-Allied side can force the French, again, force the French to battle, and then the Anglo-Allied side can take basically the fortunes of battle. The Anglo-Allied side can accept the fortunes of battle. I'm thinking probably better than the French. Back to the French operation. I think now, in a sense, the basic question is, what to do with that force. That force is, Delabord, chasseurs, and horse artillery. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, that's Junot's force there. This is the baggage trains, Charlot's infantry, dragoons, and artillery. So, really what to do? We're back to, we're back to the earlier analysis. Pull back slightly here. To put a river and bridge between them and the Anglo-Allied army. Pull back farther maybe. Consolidate with Junot. Maybe try to get down here to maybe beat the Anglo-Allied army to Sintra, maybe. See, again, it seems like there's no reason to stay here. No compelling reason, because this force can't, as far as I can tell, can't really cut off the Anglo-Allied army. The British fleet just comes down to Vimeiro, comes down to here, to this port. So at this point, I think because Anglo-Allied army has come this far south, getting behind the Anglo-Allied army to the north is not much of a issue anymore. It isn't a consideration. So pull back slightly. Pull back, well, I guess consolidate, or try to come way down to the south and beat the Anglo-Allied army there. I think that's what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to come down this way and see how far we can get in the direction of Sintra. Okay, so let's flip this over. We've got our subordinate commander there. So I guess we still roll for command. Oh, 1. We add the strategic value of the subordinate commander, which is a whole whopping 0. It's not all cavalry, but it can trace a line to the overall commander. Commander-in-chief. So 1 add 1 is 2. That is still... Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that the worst result, a modified 1 or 2, means the stack is activated. I'm assuming that means the stack is activated and it basically didn't move at all. Wow. I did not realize that. So you can have complete, basically nulled movement operations. Huh. So that's it for the operations phase, because the French aren't going to do any more. So we go to the administrative phase. Phase D, remove any remaining back to the river or has combated markers. So a combattu or has combated marker comes off the Anglo-Allied army, and the has combated marker comes off the French army there. Then we go to test recuperation. Non-activated, non-demoralized units with no enemy stack in the zone. Okay, recuperation, that's regaining lost steps. Test rallying. Demoralized unit without an enemy stack in the zone. That's here. This French army, Junot's army there, is demoralized, so they're going to test for rally. They are demoralized, but they don't have an enemy stack in their zone. Alright, so I'm wondering about something here. Okay, as a result of that earlier battle, the stack was demoralized. So what are we looking at? We're looking at, we're looking at Delabord, chasseurs, and horse artillery. When we rally during the administrative phase, so the stack was demoralized. Then it says during the administrative phase, test the rallying of the demoralized units, plural, individually. To do so, they must not be in the same zone as an enemy stack. But yeah, that's our case there. Roll a 1d6. If the result is less than or equal to the morale of the unit, remove the marker. But the stack was demoralized, so does that mean that each of these are supposed to test separately? So Delabord is currently at morale 4. Yeah, so he rolls a 6. So he is not. I didn't realize these were separate. So does that mean that Delabord himself is demoralized? So then we go to the chasseurs. They have a morale of 5, so they're good. And then the artillery, does the artillery even get demoralized? They rolled a 4. What is their morale? Because that's their movement value. Okay, I rolled a 4 for the artillery, but something's telling me that artillery wouldn't roll for morale anyways. I am not sure about that. I'm also not sure what. So now we have a mixed force. Delabord is demoralized, but the chasseurs and artillery are not. That is really... I don't know if this at all is what's intended. So for now, I guess I will leave the demoralized marker with Delabord. And do some research on whether that's actually correct. Now I guess we would put all of our units back to their unactivated sides. And that is the end of That's the end of 18 of August, 18th of August. Advance the turn marker, and that looks like everything for the 18th of August.